Hey, welcome back to Kult of Athena's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tom. Today we're looking at the Legacy Arms Sword of Power, also known as Excalibur. Take a look at some specs, up close looks, and talk about some movement with Excalibur. Okay, first thoughts on Excalibur. This is the rendition of it from Iberia. Let's look at some features of it, just an overall, like just picking it up for the first time. I know for sure this is 5160 high carbon steel, so we're already off to a good start because it's a high steel quality. The edge itself, not rough at all. They've done a really good job of keeping the edges symmetrical. There's a fuller running through it with a sweet logo right on the front. We have the cross guard, which is not polished, which I like. It's made more of like, not exactly an antique finish, but definitely a flat finish on the guard, which is nice because it makes it look more robust, like you were pulling it out of the stone, the sword in the stone, if you will. So, and we look at the pommel itself. We have a disc pommel. And then this one is peened, and you can see the peen marks, and you're gonna get more up close looks. So overall feel of it feels solid. We have a wire wrap grip. The wire is smooth. How smooth? Smooth enough to where you can do this, and I don't have any metal in my hand. So they've done a great job of keeping the wire wrap tight. This is a similar feel to some of the LK Chen wire wraps. Not identical, but similar. Then we look at the scabbard itself, which we'll also get up close looks of. This is a wood cord leather wrap scabbard. It's folded on the back, so you see that this is overlapped with the leather on here. We've got a brass piece right over the top of the scabbard. Whoop. And then we have a brass piece on the tip, so that way if you were gonna wear this, tip of the sword doesn't have to worry about going through there. If you wanted to carry this one, if you're doing it for a Ren Fair, maybe you're doing a reenactment or something like that, and you want to carry Excalibur, then you can grab a sword belt at cultofathena.com. And we also have sword frogs, that way you can carry them at Ren Fairs or for reenactments, cosplay, things like that. All right, talking about movement with Excalibur, we've got large cuts off with a single hand. No matter really how you're throwing these, you could even be going in the upward diagonals on here. A lot of people are going to want to train with this one with two hands, if you're going to even train with it at all. And it's really rad because you've got that grip on the pommel. So that flat pommel, that disc pommel. So if you did want to go into two-hand positions as well, into guard positions, more into the center, get those larger cuts around, even if you're going around the head and then coming back diagonal, coming around, cut into thrust. Solid feeling blade. It's wide enough to where longsword techniques are there. The guard's a little bit shorter. It's more of like an arming sword guard, like more, I would say personally, than a specific longsword guard. Longsword guards are going to be, generally speaking, a couple inches longer from what I've held in my hand. So I like it a lot to be able to come up on top using that extended leverage on the pommel. I like it for larger cuts off of two hands, and I like the maneuverability with a single hand. So especially if you're being a reproduction of Excalibur, definitely not a bad option. Let's do some up close looks in the scabbard eye of the scabbard of Excalibur. All right, overall length is 44.5 inches, blade length 32.5 inches. Handle length is 10 inches, and this is that wire wrapped handle that's really smooth and well put together. Weight is 3 pounds 2 ounces. Now, it being 3 pounds 2 ounces, what really gets this going is the point of balance. The point of balance is 3.5 inches from the guard, which does not make it feel like 3 pounds 2 ounces. It just feels like a sword, guys. You can go two hands or single hand, feels really good. Thickness at guard is 6 millimeters. Thickness at tip is 2 millimeters. And we talked about this steel quality, 5160 high carbon steel, and this one is made by Iberia. Hey, thanks for joining me for this review of Excalibur, the Sword of Power by Iberia. This one is available at cultofathena.com. Click the link in the description below this video to buy this one today if you want to add this to your collection. As always, subscribe to the channel, like this video. I'm your host, Tom, for Kult of Athena's YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.